All right. I definitely want to say excuse the noise, the shaking, the rattling. I'm in my truck, and my truck is. I got two subs in the back of the truck, and an amp on top of that. So when I hit things, it makes noise. I'm going to attempt to talk clear as I can today. Stress level a little high, but it's high because I had a long night at work, 1 and 2. I had school, and then 3. I've been like super productive, setting up school and work, and I want to talk about the importance of grandparents. Man, grandparents are super critical. Man, you communicating with your grandparents will enlighten you so much, because your grandparents don't have anything to lose or gain when communicating with. They are so transparent. They're so clearly transparent. And I called both my grandparents today and told them I love them because, they done so much for me that I didn't even recognize that they had the ability to do for me. So the whole situation with the communicating with the grandparents, they're definitely non-judgmental, and I wouldn't necessarily say they give good advice, but they're non-judgmental, and by them being non-judgmental, you're able to get a different perspective that's not going to be affected. When you talk to your kids or you talk to your parents, it turns into this conversation may affect me, or I recently went through it. When you're dealing with grandparents, they're looking at it past tense, because most conversations you have with a grandparent, they experienced it. They ideally live life, and now they're reflecting on it a lot. So I had a really good time talking to grandparents today, and they gave me a different perspective of my kids and my brother and cousins that I never really thought about on that level. And it was quite insightful as I pursued to establish new, better, detailed relations with my brother. So I really like that. So I definitely would recommend the communication with those, because when we was raised as kids, grandparents had a reputation for being wise, but we didn't appreciate it because it's what's wise? Kids have this absent mind and I'm trying to learn type thing, but the grandparents supposedly know almost everything, and they're able to communicate it to you that you can take it and do something with it. And I love my grandparents because I noticed my grandparents' involvement was due to my lack of my parents' involvement. So it was we're going to complete the picture, not we're going to analyze, we're going to complete the picture. It's the grandparents raised their kids, they left spaces, and they know the spaces they left. So they really dawn on those for their grandkids, That's why I feel like grandparents have a different relationship with kids than they do with their kids, with their grandkids and their kids, because they know what they did wrong, They know what they did wrong, so they let me focus on that, And most of it is love and attention, Because my mom always talked about how, her mom didn't do this and didn't do that, and I was like, well, she do it with me. But also the things that she did with them, she didn't do with me. She didn't, give me the beat downs, but, I knew grandma gave beat downs, so I never put myself in a situation to get a beat down, I didn't want grandma to beat me down. I wanted to be grandma's favorite. And that's super critical for me, was being grandma's favorite. I wanted to be her favorite child, and she didn't even have me. So definitely with that. And definitely want to focus on your involvement with people, because when you are involved with people, they're looking for something, they're needing something. So you don't always have to give it to them, but you definitely want to focus on it, because what they're missing, they're really needing. And if they're with you, they're looking at it from you. And if you're not able to get it, you need to be able to provide dialogue about how to get it and how you're not the one to give it for them. Yeah. So I definitely would better appreciate those relationships and give that energy to those particular people. And another thing I wanted to address is the relationship with your grandparents is key, because it's teaching you how to better parent and prepare for grandparenthood. Like, one day I'm going to be a grandparent, and when I become a grandparent, it's like, man, I want to be able to say I taught everything I could teach. I don't want to be like, oh, I wish I would have taught her this. I want to give all the tools. I don't want to keep some tools to myself. I want to give all the tools. So that's definitely my passion now. My passion now is giving all my tools, letting all my gems out, because if you're giving your gems out, that's going to help your environment. It's going to help your situation. It's going to help people around you. So that's definitely critical. So, stressful day. I'm about to go self-care for about 45 minutes and go pick my child up, and she won't know I was stressed out today. All right, peace out, holla.